Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at question 1636. Sort array by increasing frequency. The way we'll be solving this problem is by using a hash map to keep a track of the integer that we see and how many times we see it. And once we have that, we will create an algorithm, a sorting algorithm for a given set of collection, which will sort it on the basis of this particular question that's given to us. And once we have like the sorted order, we'll just look at the frequency of every single element in that and populate the returning array. So let's get started. Let's start with the first step, which is basically creating a hash map and populating that. So hash map, you're storing integer map and then we have for every single number in nums, you would put that in the map, num map dot get or default num or 0 and 1. So basically what we're doing here is we're saying if the number exists in the map already, just bring that number. So basically map.get and add 1 to it. If it doesn't exist, take the default value as 0 for that given number and add 1 to it. So it works in both the cases when it exists and doesn't exist. Once we have that, we'll add all of the keys that we see in like the hash map to a list, and we'll sort that list. So let's do that. So we have a list and this stores integers, right? And then we'll call it list, a new array list, and the values that it takes is map.keyset. So this will populate this array list with all of the keys, and then we need to sort it. So what we'll do is we'll use the collection sort function, and the first argument it takes is actually what collection that needs to be sorted, and in this case it's a list. And the next part is basically how do you sort it. So given two elements a and b, how do we sort that? So first we need to actually check if the frequency is the same. So if map.get a is equal to map.get b, if this turns out to be true, you need to return it in the decreasing order of the key itself. So it would be b minus a, and then if this condition turns out to be false, the way it has to sort is by the frequency. So that would be get map in increasing frequency. It would be map.get a minus map.get b. So this basically takes care of the algorithm and that the sorting order that we care about. And the next thing that we need to do is actually populate it. We could basically repopulate the input array that's given to us. Let's initialize int_index to be equal to 0 for all of the numbers in the list. Now in the list, what we do is for int I equals 0, I less than map.get number, and increment I. Basically you would populate nums of index, and you want to increment that once the assignment is done. So index is equal to num. So basically what is this doing? It's basically saying, hey, like look at we know the order, but we don't know the frequency, right? So we're using the list to get the order, and we're using the map to get the frequency. So it's saying, okay, take the order that's given to us and then check for how many times we actually need to populate that, and we get that from the map. And we're saying, hey, like basically reassign the value in the index that's given to us, and in the end you just need to return the array itself. Let's try compiling this to see if it looks okay. All right, the first few test cases are okay. Everything else looks okay as well. Awesome. So let's talk about the space and the time complexity of the entire solution. The time complexity of the entire solution is n log n, and the reason why that is because we are sorting the list here. So that's the reason why we have n log n. And the space complexities of n, since we are using a list and a hash map to help us solve the problem. Awesome. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I really appreciate that. It keeps me motivated to make more videos. Thanks so much, and I'll see you folks soon. Peace.